Let's just what have I noticed is every time I entered the trade, it was too early. Like as you can see, I don't mind this one, but this one is too far. We should have waited, come up a little bit. Then I'm thinking it still wants to go down right here. So I don't really mind this. I don't really mind this one. Shit, I don't mind this one either. This would have been perfect. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So boom, you enter here. You'd have won this one. You enter here. You'd have won this one. I see another one you could have entered at a higher. Enter here. Would have lost. Come on. Enter here. Probably would have lost. Enter here. Probably would have lost. It's starting to look nasty. Probably won't enter. This shit's drop. Come here. Enter here. Would have lost. See this. Enter here. Would have lost. So these the two. You probably would have won. Enter this. I lost. Enter these two. I lost. So I went with the sales and okay. It's like when I look back on it, I understand, but damn. Let's see. US 30. So US 30. So I would sell on gold. Let's try US 30. So US 30. US 30 I was in buy mode. Hello, hello, hello. Woo! All right, work. Yo, 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 yo. Hello. My mic. All right, work. I just want to see. Okay, hi. Basically we going over what we did today. Thank you if you're new. I go live every Monday and Thursday to make my strategy better and to scalp on a 1 minute time frame. Crazy. But so for US 30, three losses today. And I think no, two L's, one W today. We got a nice 1.7 R, but I didn't. I swear, I wanted a 2R. I wanted a 2R, but we didn't get the 2R. And as you can see, we caught it. We woke up early in the morning. Usually, I like the morning setups as we were just trying to sell, follow trend. Just as we almost have to hit TP. It flies back. Okay, fine. We never leave our trade early. We never exit early. Thank you for the like, my man. And then we try to re-enter again. We probably should have waited for the market to, do its thing, and then it dropped. But as you can see, I can tell price didn't want to go down. I meant didn't want to keep continuing up, so we enter right here. And how my entries is for anyone that don't know, or if y'all just joining it live, this is the retracement area. As you can see, we're in sales. So usually I like to see three blue candles straight and enter off the 50. I'll make this my stop loss, and I make my purple my TP. Is usually about 1.82 RR. So you win 200, lose 100. It usually hits 50% of the time, but today was a 1 and 2 day for US 30. And sometimes if we even see a better setup, we could take it to here. Like I said, we could have had the 3-1, but low key we could have had the 3-1 because you can tell like this. This is why I would have really entered the 3-1. It's just I didn't notice it soon. I call this when price doesn't want to break structure to the upside, smack. As you can see, I'm just going over my trades I did for the day, and then we're gonna analyze what trades I could have entered, what trades I missed, how to get better. I do this every Monday to Friday. So as you can see, this is one of my go-tos. So as you can see, price hit the same area twice, and if you see a resistance down, I usually instead of this 1 point, it usually be like a 1.8 instead of this 1.6 or 1.6. It says you will always enter. You will enter here. So I really should have entered here, but like I said, we're not perfect. We're not perfect. Everything can't be 100%, but you try to do your best every day. Like I didn't see this at the time. It was yeah, I just didn't see this at the time. And then most people don't realize you got to take your emotions out of it, but emotions do hurt. You lose two in a row back to back. Um but I still continue to trade. I'm like, hey, let me just keep trading, do what I do best, and the money gonna come as long as you test your strategy every day. You know what you're doing, even if you keep losing. Like, man, I went on like a 5 losing streak, came back, won like 3 times, got the money right back. But I should have went for the 3-1 RR, but we didn't. So that was US 30 for today. And then I tested GJ today. GJ, I like GJ to be honest, because GJ is very trendy sometimes. As you can see, GJ very trendy. As you can see, I entered here on his GJ. Yeah, entered on his GJ. It was a loss because the thing about this strategy, I could kill. I don't want to be that person that be like, I can kill showing you back test and say, hey, just enter off all these red candles. But in real time, the red candles going to print, it's going to wake up sometimes, and then it's going to come straight right back down. So sometimes this in real time, you're not going to say, hey, let me enter off this one right here. You're going to say, hey, let me enter off probably this one right here. You enter off that one and then you lose. So that's one thing I figured about this strategy over time testing. You got to test your strategy for months, 2 months, to even make it better. So what I noticed about this strategy make it better, I was about 50%. I could make it 60 by just waiting for price to come up, do his retracement and enter. And I'm at a 1.7 or a 3 RR every trade. So I'm winning at least 100. If I lose 100, I'm winning about 190. If I lose about, I could win. Well, I call it strategy. I got it's like a playbook basically. I call it this is what I test the strategy every look, as you can see, I write, look at this. So I write the stats for this strategy. I've been writing it for the past 2 months. So you could go back and I tell you the numbers and the statistics of the strategy. I test every time, everywhere you could test this strategy, and then I go through it in real time. So basically what I call this strategy is I'm gonna get it on the XL. I'm gonna try to make it cleaner because it looks nasty. So I don't know. I just make up my own names basically. Um, I'm not too sure what to call it. I just say it's a I call it the EI system with a 3R, a 3 1RR. The tree is when you see three. I called it tree because if you see three candles, if you see three candles, you enter off the three candles. That's why I called it tree. Or you can enter off more. And usually the 530, 730. I don't really call it nothing. It's just playbooks to make your strategy better. Like I don't enter the same thing every time. Like the EI system, this is what the EI would show me. Like I just said, you see support doesn't want to break, smack, smack. I hit it for the second time. You enter the 3-1. Instead of the 1.7, you enter the 3R. I got a video on it on my channel. Or you could just go live every day. So like the EI system, like you said, let me show this one. It's from the point. I always enter off the 0.5. I'm gonna tell you that right there. 0.5, my stop loss is always 0. I only got 2 TPs for each strategy. So one is for the 1.4. So it'd be like a 1.92R. And then if I see like strong support, instead of this 1.9, I'm gonna raise it up and go to at least like a 3.5. It's killer. It's killer. But yeah, man. Now we're gonna test it out, see what it does, and we're gonna get straight to it. We're gonna get straight to it. So basically now all I do is test, test, test. I passed step 1 of the challenge. I actually passed it 1 with flying colors. This step 2, I'm not gonna lie, I just lost like negative 75, not negative 0.75%, so almost 1% of the count today. I think I had 1 W, 4 L's. But like I said, 1 W counterfied as 2 L's. So always have a better RR. That's what I tell anybody. So as you can see, for US 30, I was strictly on sales. I don't really like changing the bias. That's just who I am. So I would like, this is like right here is good sales because it's coming all the way up. I'm just strictly sale right now. So we're gonna go over and we're gonna see what sales we could get. All right. What I could do, where I could enter at. But the best time I like entering is 5:30, 7:30 because I go to work. I don't really want to trade during work. It's a 1 minute. You don't really want to look at the time frame like that. Like I said, you could do other time frames. I did other time frames and been profitable for it, but me trading a prop firm, you trying to pass it as quick as possible. And the 2 ways to pass it is either hold on for a long time, and some prop firms just don't allow that. Like I would hold on to 10 RR, but some prop firms just don't allow that. Or I just try to enter and get out, enter and get out, enter and get out quick, simple. I could gain about 3% in about an hour and get off. So we're gonna test our strategy. So I'm gonna tell you every time I enter. So, and this is real stats. I ain't gonna lie, it don't look the prettiest, but it makes money every day. If you go back and look. So boom. I went into this one because I wanted to come up a little more. So basically, as you can see right here, I want price to come up a little more. So this is something I look to enter right here. As you can see, this is something I look to enter. And you do have to be quick with this strategy. So you enter this something right here. And boom, that's 1 W right there. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. So boom. And usually after this, I will want price to break because it's too much, it's too rangy for me. Or I will wait for a strong wick up. Like you can't enter off this, but I wouldn't want to because price is just such in a rangy motion. Like I still let's see, and then you can enter off this one, but like I said, I probably wouldn't want to, but you gonna it never. And then if it doesn't happen, you see how I did this? You just exit it, get out, and on to the next one. That's all it is. So boom, as you can see, this is a nice one right here. It's because it's high up. Like I said, we want to keep selling. So right here, come here, enter here, enter here, and then bam, that's two. Dang, did I miss all these? Let me see. Yeah, I did enter this one. Okay. And then I think I lost this one because I entered yeah, I entered this one. So we going like I said, I entered that one. Like I said, I make mistakes. I should have waited till price came up, but I was just trying to be quick with it. So boom, as price comes up, this is something I'll look to enter. If it comes all the way back down to 50, never comes back down. And then now, sometimes you just let it price do what it do. So you looking for strictly sales. You looking for strictly sales. So as you can see, did my thing right here in real time. And now you see we're 2-1. And then once 7:30 passed, so 5:30, 7:30, we entered two trades for today. Nice trades, nice trades. You'd have been up. You'd have been up. If you trade 1% every trade, which I don't really like to. I like to trade 0.25%. So that's 1% divided by 4, so 0.25. Y'all should know what that is. So I do 1.7 times 2, say 41. So if you trade 1%, you would have gained 2.4% on the account. That's crazy. That's crazy. 2.4% on the account. So yeah, it's smooth. Like I said, it works. Sometimes you could go on a losing streak. Like I said, other day I went on a losing streak, and then 5 losing streak, then 2 trades just brought me back up to break even. That's why I will. Even if you don't like my strategy, I feel like you should like a high RR, like as in like I don't do like doing 1-to-1s. Like if you win 100 or lose 100, that's kind of dumb to me. So you gotta make it make sense. Like anyone's strategy can make sense. To be honest, if you use like I used to hear people bash other people's strategies, indicators, why he uses all this. As long as you can test your strategy over and over and over, and you can see it's profitable and understand market structure, I think you could be a winner. So, like I said, I passed my step 1 quick, but you know, step 2 is taking a little while, and it's okay because I know repetition works, and I know I just got to keep practicing. So as you can see, this is one right here. You see price is high. You said, like I said, I'm strictly sales. Don't switch up like me. I pick a bias and I stay with it. So say if it's buy today and it just I want to buy and it keeps selling and keep selling, keep selling, keep selling. I buy sometimes and I lose and I lose. I probably just be done for the day. You good. You got that's why I trade about 3 pairs. It's like if I pick a bias, stick with the bias. So this would be part of the tree setup. 3 candles. This is after 7:30. You get a way more bunch of setups after here. Like sometimes I go out there in the day and just look at my phone, see it where market is at. I put alerts on my phone. I put trend line. I'm at trend line support lines, little lines, so I can know, hey, price is a little high and I'm sell biased, so I would want to sell. So this would be a sell, and then look, like I said, I'm just sell biased. So boom, I don't care. I'm still looking to sell. I'm sell biased because you can see trend is going up. This is 1 minute, so sometimes it just got to push up hard. So boom, it's pushing up hard. This is a good sell right here, right here. So boom, there's another one. You can't get this one because it never hits 50. If you want to hit this one, like I said, you need to make price high. Enters this 50. It doesn't hit your 1.4, so don't call it a W. This is one thing about me. I'm real, so I'm real. So we won twice. We probably lose. No, we won what once. My fault. Sorry. So we won once, and look, now we won. You see, now we won. You feel me? Thank you for the light. Now we won. So like I said, the strategy works, but like I said, you just have to be patient. Like this is another entry you probably can't enter, but if you're in this entry, you probably won't enter it. But so this is another entry I probably enter. I'm not even gonna lie. So like I said, I come here, we're 2-0. Say we want to enter here, we get that 50 point, boom, and then look, that's a W right there. It's simple, baby. Like I said, but don't get it wrong, it's winning now, but it is a 50%. It's like a 52% win strategy, but it gets you over the hump because you win way more. And then I want to show y'all an EI setup. This was the only EI setup where you can see price is not breaking, but price keep going up. So I'm gonna show you an EI setup when time comes. Hopefully we can get another EI. I'm starting not to like when market comes like this, you see range in motion. I don't really like entering off bigger range, like this. Like I know the strategy like the back of my hand. So like I know when it's a low probability of winning. It's in a range in motion. So yes, you do want to enter. Like when I first did the strategy, you can enter anything. You're still going to be profitable. But to be more profitable and more precise with your strategy, you have to understand. This is why I say understand market structure. Entering, let's delete some of this. Watch this. So we're 3-0 right now. So entering off this, don't get me wrong, it's a good setup. But when you see market structure, look at it. It's in a range in motion. So even if I enter off here, why the hell market will even go? Most of the time, market is like, so say if you do enter right here, most of the time market is not going to right here. So I wouldn't even enter this. So like if the candles were smaller, like, and I like had my TP was like right here with a 1.9, like somewhere around here, I will enter. But since it's all the way down here, even though it's a sell, I just don't feel comfortable because it's in a range of motion. Unless it was higher up, like in a market like higher up, and then sold, like I said. So look, you enter. I'm not saying you're not gonna win. Like you see, that's a W right there. But I just wouldn't enter it. Like I'm not gonna count that because low key I wouldn't enter this. But it did win. It just don't win often to me because it's in a range of motion. I don't like when market is. I like when market is trendy. When market is trendy, the strategy is killer. So right now, and so a price ain't even so. I don't like this, but it did win. I'm not gonna lie to you. It did win. So you just wait, be patient next time. Now I'm gonna show you how the EI. So the EI, if it comes back to here, so I would set like an alert just in case. Boom, set me a little alert. If it ever come back up, like now I'm not selling because market. Okay, I'm not selling nothing until market gets a little higher. So boom, gets a little higher. I'm just looking at price. Boom, it comes here. It comes here. It wicks up. It breaks. If it breaks the support, that means it's just invalid. Like, where would you enter? So, you know what? You would lose. I'm gonna tell the honest truth. Because look, I'm gonna tell you why you lose. This is it right here. Boom. I don't know. Maybe not. Let's see. So boom, you get this one. This is why you would lose. I probably wouldn't enter off this one, but let's just say we lose. So you enter this, hit the 5, it hits stop loss. Boom. That's why I said in real time you wouldn't know, but in real time I probably wouldn't even enter this because I see that long wick. I would want price to come up to here. Once price came up to here, you know, we got it. So now we wait for market to go up. You can enter off this one right here, and that's an L. So that's our first like real L. So enter off this, and that's an L. So this is a nice entry right here. Nice entry right here. Nice entry, but it never hit the 5.5. So we 3-1 and 2-1. So boom. Like I said, we're strictly so that's another L right there. But it's also another W because look, so this is an L right here because we a sell, it hit our stop loss. Another opportunity right here, we a sell, it goes to our 1.4. So sell, boom, hit the 1.4. So we'll be 4-2. Like I said, 4-2 is nice. Even 4-4 is still profitable. That's the 1% on your account. So that's nice. So boom, we wouldn't do nothing so far. So boom. Don't see nothing. Don't see nothing. Don't see nothing. Still don't see nothing. I'm gonna tell you. So boom, this is one right here. Like I said, I like this one. Like I said, this is why I like this one. Remember, I said when ranging is like right here to right here. Sometimes ranging breaks out, and then you enter from here to here, and that's a quick W right there. So that'd be 5-2. Like I said, some days we just lose, and some days we just consistently win. We 5-2, 2-1. But like I said, we went 1-3 today. No, we went 1-2. I'm tripping. We went 1-2. Yeah, we went 1-2 today. I'm tripping. So boom, we went 1-2 today. But if we kept entering our strategy, it is consistent. I just don't want to keep losing, so I'll just so boom. So boom. There's another one. Enter right here. Let's see if it's a L. And that yes, it is. It is a L. Like I said, I like being truthful. So we 5-3. Never hits, so you never receive. Like I said, you can enter this from time to time, but you just don't. No, there's really no entry probably after this. 130. Let's see. Boom, that's another W. Another W. No entry. Like I said, didn't I say we were strictly sales? Look how hard it's selling now. You feel me? Strictly sales. So let's change this to sell. We'll probably be done. We usually stop trading around like 4, but we'll probably be done. But this is you can ride. This is what you call riding the trend. So, is there any place you can ride the trend? Yes, I didn't test it enough for something called ride the trend. So, riding the trend is where market usually go like this 20, 30% of the time where it's just trend, 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 trend. Barely see it, but it is so easy methods you can just enter like boom, you see this, you see this. Like, let's look at the 5 minute. Look how it looks. This is you just ride the trend. Just ride it. You know, you just want to ride the trend. Boom, boom, boom. So boom, there's another entry. So L. So that's a L. That's a 1L. Let's see if this will be 2. So this will be 2 L's back to back. See, everything don't look gold and glitter. Like I said, we just took 2 L's back to back. We took 2 L's back to back. Could have rolled the trend more, but we just didn't take it. And it's another one right here. So boom, L, so boom, W. So two, so that's a L and a W. So like I said, this is a 50% strategy. Uh, I probably wouldn't take this no more. Yeah, I wouldn't take this because it's in the range and area. Wouldn't take it unless it wicked up hard. Yeah, I'm not. So we'll probably be done. So our percentage for today. So that's 7. Take away 6, and that's 5.9. So 5.9. Look, you'd have gained 5.9% and 2.4. Like I said. And the crazy thing, I went 1 and 2 today. But if I kept trading and trading and trading, I would have been very profitable. And then as you can see, some days you do you can get bad days. I barely get negative days with this strategy. So like let's just see. Like so say this was 616. And I can even go back in real time how I really tested. You can look at my stats. So like yesterday. Yesterday was very bad. Like, look, like I'm truthful on this bitch. Like, look, if you'd have took every setup and my strategy, you would have went 6 and like 11 off the street setup, 4 and 2. But I trade around 537, so I probably would have been profitable. But a regular person that want to trade past 7:30, I say to 3 o'clock Eastern New York time, would have been negative if you took every setup. But usually you don't take every setup. The EI setup, I usually take every EI setup because it's easy to spot. And it over time it builds up and builds up. Keeps hitting support, support, support. You enter off that. You just put an alert. But as you can see, like I said, all right, we 1 and 1, but we gained 2.4%. Like, comment, subscribe if y'all new. We 1 and 2. We barely go break even, negative thing, but we go 6 and 4. Like, some days are better than others. Like, look at this day. But I'm always positive. That's why I feel happy. If I have a bad day, I'll be like, oh, I had a bad day. But I have a good day the next day and a good day the next day, because over time I test my strategy where I enter at, and then I forward test. So I forward test it. I keep my real stats, and then this is my back testing stats. Okay, where can I enter? How to enter? What times to enter? When is the best time? What's the market conditions looking like? So, like, you can just look. So even this one went negative 4.5. You see this massive L's. Massive L's. This is probably, let's delete this. I probably just was trying to, I hope. Okay, yeah. So like this one, 5 and 2. I'm telling you. So 5 and 2. This one, 4 and 3. Like I said, it is like a 55% win rate, 50% somewhere in that area. It's just the fact we have a good RR. I don't really like the 50%. I want to increase it to like 65. But like I said, it will happen over time. When is the best time to enter? Where I'm starting to notice, okay, let the market ride up, basically. So as you can see over time, we're killing it. We have more, like I said, we're killing it over time. As you can see, we see way more positive than negatives. Negatives do show though, like you said, this is a negative day, completely negative day. This one, a little positive. This one, like I'm said, it's good. You can be profitable. You can be very profitable. So don't look at this with a grain of salt. Now we're gonna go to gold. You go. I think we buy. I think we buy gold. We buy gold today because that's what I said. Like I said, stay. I always stay buy bias. Do not switch your bias. Do not switch your bias. Do not switch your bias. Don't go crazy bias. Like, if you say buy and it doesn't buy, just come back the next day. Just please come back the next. That's what I have to notice. If you really think it's a buy, and people will be like, it's a buy, it sells, and they be like, it's a sell. No, the market can't go one direction. If it's mainly selling, let it come up a little bit, baby. That's how you be profitable, low key. Let it come up. People, oh man, it's a buy, it's a buy. That's how you could beat a lot of people. They psychology messed up. So, like I said, if it sells and it just keep buying, I probably sell. Okay, but I see keep buying. I'm done. I was wrong. Some days you're just wrong. So, like, US 30, I said sales, and it sold tremendously uh today. So I think let's see, gold. I said buys. I was strictly only in buys on gold. So gold. Let's see. No, gold. I was strictly in sales. Okay, that's what I mean. So strictly in sales of gold, as you can see. So that's what I took in real. So what? Wait. So what was I on 30? I was in sales too on 30. Okay, okay. So both of them I was in sales. I think one. I think GJ was buy. GJ, and I barely trade GJ. I just want it's GJ's in his testing phase. So I'm sorry for even saying buy. I was in strictly sales. Strictly nothing but sales. Nothing but sales. So how I test my strategy. Like I said, I already went 0 and 2 in gold. 1 and 3 and 30. Like I said, I went negative 0.75% on my account, but it's okay because overall I'm a winner. Overall this month I won more money. Some days you're gonna have bad days, but you get up, you study, you attack the day. The same thing you do every day. So let's go. Let's get to it. So I already looked at what I did wrong, analyzed the market. Now we're gonna see where we could have entered and how we could have entered. So, like I say strictly sales. So boom. I'm gonna tell you every time I sell. And like I said, we could be negative for the day, or we could be positive. But overall, you're always positive. So boom, we start at 5:30. Let's see. I like how this look. That's a L. We already starting off the gate with the L. So boom. Already starting off the gate. Boom. That's a L. And look, we already got that I already there. So that's a L. Sell. Boom. That's a W. Selling right here. Selling right here. And turn off the 0.5. TP 1.4. 1.8. That's almost a 2 RR. Got your money back and some more. Easy. Like I said, I really like just trading through the 5:30, 7:30 New York time. You can enter about. I usually get about six trades off this. I really because I can enter like 5 times off this, and then I can enter another 5 times off like US 30. So I could enter about 10 trades, and I just be done for the day. 2 hours a day probably could get you about 2%. So look, so boom, boom. Wouldn't enter this one. I probably would. I'm not even lying. I probably would. Because I'm thinking price want to come back to this wick. So, but it doesn't hit the 50. So I won't even enter. If it hit the 50 or tap the 50, I'm entering, baby. I'm entering. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. So boom. This is a nice one right here. But let's see. Let's see. We can say L. Yeah, we can say L. So boom, that's another L. Like I said, strictly sales, strictly sales. Even if it goes up, it's to a point. If it keeps going up, I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't even. So boom. Now I'm giving like now. This is what I mean. I gave it a break. I'm just calming down. So basically, I'm just waiting. Right now, I'm just in this waiting phase. Like I don't even touch this. The market is too high. Like I said, I don't even touch this. But like I said, if we did enter this one, we could say 3 L. So boom, 3 L. I probably wouldn't even touch it, but let it keep going up. Mm, let's see. All right, so we're done. So we'd have been 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Like I said, that's a little negative for today. 1.7. 1.7 take away 3. That's negative 1 point. Like I said, you don't negative 1.3%. And now let's get to it. So what do I see off the 5 minute? Let's look at the 5. Let's see. Now we just looking for price to sell still. Like I said, we still sell buyers. I like how this look. Like how this look. Boom, you enter, you lose. Boom. That's an L. So boom. Nowhere. I'm upset you don't answer, but upset, but I like this one. I like this one. I really like this one right here because it is the fact it can hit to right here, and that's what I mean. So that's an L though. That's an L. I'm not taking that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll take this. I'll take this one though. I am willing to take this one. Let it do come back down. Boom. Down. Probably wouldn't. Let's see. Yeah, I want to take it. Not taking this one. Like I said, it can answer, but I would want something. Like I said, it does win. It does win, but I just didn't. I was just scared. Not scared, but I just Price tell me it doesn't want to go. Uranium fever is gonna got me down. So boom. Don't see nothing. You know. Uranium fever is gonna got me down. First so boom. You see it drop. That's a L. I said some days just be a negative day. Like gold, I didn't want nothing off gold today. All right, now we probably really looking forward to sales around this time, around 130 ish. Hell yeah. See if we can get back to break even. I don't really like how that looks. I wouldn't take it. Let's see. We got respected. No. Too small. I don't really like how you see. This is nasty. I ain't like how none of this look. This is you just wouldn't trade this right here. So boom, it breaks out, but ain't got time to trade it. Like I say L, so that's another L. Like I said we gotta be truthful. Like at 30, we killed 30 today, but Gold, we were just losing. We just kept losing today. And like I said, as long as it's okay though, some days you have good days, some days you got bad days. But as long as you're profitable in the long run, like today, gold was US 30 was nasty. I mean US 30 was we lost this one. US 30 was nasty. I mean nasty as in good way. And then you see that's another L. So we're 2-7. That's crazy. But like I said, mm, I wouldn't take this because it's too much. So like, if it was smaller, I'd probably take it, but it's not. So probably what is it? It's 6. So boom, all right, 6. We're just negative for this day. Everything is negative. We lose everything. Okay, fine. What could I have noticed? This is why I back test. What could I have noticed to make me I go back, look at market structure, what can I notice? What to do now? Instead of saying, hey, I don't like being negative. Hey, why I'm negative? No, you figure out why you're negative. Hey, look at market structure. Is the strategy really good? But I know the strategy is good because over time, as you can see, hold up. Take away, let's see, 7. So negative 3.6%. Negative 3.6%. Over time, the strategy is profitable. But today, the strategy was disgusting. And why? Look at it. It's in its range of motion. And then, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I might have to stop trading gold on this shit. Yeah, gold. Gold might just have to be a no-go. Let's try DJ. DJ's kind of like gold. Like, comment, subscribe if you new. We out, baby.